The race for Maryland's U.S. Senate seat is set. One day after winning their party nominations, both former Governor Larry Hogan and Prince George's executive Angela Alsobrooks say that they'll campaign on the issues and steer clear of negativity. Fox 5's Tom Fitzgerald back at it again, working hard, live in Largo tonight. And Fitz, almost as soon as this race got underway, there were some stark differences between governors, right?
Yeah, this sprung from last night's victory celebration where Maryland Democratic Governor Wes Moore told the crowd that in his view that the primary was a battle. The general election, in his words, was going to be a war. That prompted a sharp rebuke from his predecessor, the former Republican Governor Larry Hogan, now the GOP nominee in the Senate race, saying that the politics shouldn't be a war. And in his view, that's why Washington is so broken. Now, for her part, Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks, who won last night, sat down with Fox 5 today. She says, in her view, this race is going to be centering on a couple of things: women, abortion rights, and health care. Now, for his part, Hogan told his supporters last night that he believes public safety and ending political gridlock are going to be one of the things he's going to talk to voters about. Hogan also says he wants to present a stark choice to voters. For her part, Alsobrooks said today that she wants to be proud of a campaign she feels that voters will respond to on the issues they care about.
That's what this election will be about, is what kind of Maryland, our vision for it, we will support, what kind of country, and whether or not we keep the majority in the Senate in the hands of the Democratic Party.
This is not just about the differences between the right and the left. This is about the difference between right and wrong.
This is also going to be about a lot of money to come, because it is widely expected political action committees on both sides of the political spectrum are going to start pouring in Maryland now that this race is set. Alsobrooks begins this general election campaign with an electoral advantage. There are 3-to-1 advantage of Democrats over Republicans in Maryland that Hogan will have to make up for if he wants to be elected to be a United States Senator. Malia Cromer, who is the director of Goucher College's Hughes Center for Politics, says in her view, in order for Hogan to be elected, he has to completely replicate the path to victory that carried him in statewide elections in 2014 and 2018.
That is really the sort of the secret sauce of how Hogan was able to win. Now, putting that together in a general election when you are running to be part of the Senate versus running as yourself as an individual executive is definitely challenging.
Hogan campaign announcing today that they're going to try to outreach this by launching something called the Democrats for Hogan campaign. That's going to be led by Democratic State Senator Bobby Zirkin to try to pull in some of those Democratic and independent votes. We're live in Largo tonight. We'll send it back into you.
Tom.